Uncle Joe, we're here on a Monday morning, smoking the same weed Chris Cuomo smoked when he got rid of the fucking COVID-19. This is the weed he smoked. They just don't tell you that shit on CNN because they're cocksuckers. Anyway, we're back, bitches. We're not going to talk about Bruce Lee today. We're going to talk about Bruce Lee on Wednesday. I'm not going to spoil alert. You got 2 fucking days to watch it, okay? If you didn't watch it, don't fucking listen on Wednesday. We're covering Bruce Lee, so I'm letting you know right now what time it is. Number one, how are you, cocksuckers? It was a great weekend. I won some money. I won some fucking money. Hey, listen, I know it's been a rough week. I've been bored to death. I was telling Lee how it went down. Lee was the one that told me it was a card. I didn't even know it was a fucking card.
I didn't get any points on the money.
No, because you're the kiss of death. You're fucking living mush. So I'm out of a ride. Lee goes, he's watching the fights with his father. I go, nice. I didn't even know there were fucking fights. Amanda Noon. I forgot. That's how in my mind with this fucking child, this fucking homeschool. Now there's no camp fucking June 15th. So there goes my fucking till July. So we got to find a different fucking camp. I'll put her in Crenshaw at this point. I don't give a fuck. Speaking of Crenshaw, so let me tell you what happened. I see this fucking fight, right? I go on the card. Lee tells me, and then my other buddy calls me from Jersey to tell me there's a parade at Hudson County Park and he can't walk his dog. So I told him, I go, there's a UFC tonight. What are you walking your dog for? Fuck him. Put him in the yard. So I'm at home, so I read him off the card, and I see that Alex Cesare is fighting the nice white kid, the 20-year-old. And I'm looking at this, and something made me just go to lines and look. Like I went to my bookie at like 3:30, and I saw that he was an underdog. And I went and I did something with Mercy, I did something with my wife, and I'm thinking about this whole thing. How can he be an underdog? He's 31 years old. This white kid is his second fight. I looked at, and then during the prelims, they said that somebody had bet $1 million on Amanda Nunes. So I said, there's no fucking future in betting the main card. There's going to be some fucking salami switch there. Something's going to happen. They're going to try to fuck you up the ass, something. So I said, let me stay away from that. I feel like gambling. So I said, let me take the underdog. Alex Caceres, number one, if you're black and you're an underdog, I'm betting you this week. I just fucking knew. There's no way. If you're a white dude and you're fighting a black dude this week, just go in there and go, listen, because rights are connecting. You saw it last night. They're throwing heavy fucking rights and they're connecting. You don't want to fight an African-American in the next 2 weeks. Give them a breather. Just go down. Let them tap in and just go down because they're angry, and I don't blame you. So right away, I said, this guy's going to beat up this little white kid. And sure enough, he fucked him up. He won a unanimous decision. I won some money. I didn't even watch the card. You know what I ended up watching last night? By the way, my guest tonight is the beautiful Mr. Eric Rocha, which we'll get to later. He's a young comedian because everybody on the podcast always says, well, you need names. What fucking names? We're just trying to make it funny and entertaining for you people. You don't need no names. Names are going to come in here and be fake. I want real. Eric Roach is real. So let me tell you how he saved me, but we'll get to that fucking story later. So I call my buddy. I go back on the fucking computer, and on my every night my computer goes kaput from 5:30 to 7 because everybody's on it.
Oh, the internet. Okay.
So I can't get on my bookie.
Motherfucker.
So I'm dying to get on my bookie. I can't get on my bookie. My wife is helping me. Something with the router. She goes, something with the router. I'm like, fuck, I can't fucking bet this Cachere, this fucking Bruce Lee Fooey, whatever. What's his name?
Alex Caceres.
Yeah, but what do they call him?
Bruce Lee.
Bruce Leroy from The Last Dragon. So I'm sitting there and I go, you know what? Let me call my buddy because I know he can't. I call him up and go, hey, do you take UFC action? He goes, nah, but I got a friend who does. I go, can you vouch for me without me having to run across the town and give him cash? And he goes, yeah. I'll call you back. He calls me back. He goes, what do you want to bet? I go, I want to bet a prelim fight. He goes, which one? I go, Alex Caceres against the kid. He goes, all right, yeah. So I just chewed him out on it, and I knew he was an underdog. Always take, I love underdogs. Nick Diaz, fucking the San Francisco 49ers against the Dallas Cowboys in '83. I love an underdog, because I'm an underdog, so I always cheer for underdogs. So I said, fuck it, I blasted that. And then he told me, listen, if you win, you're going to win some good money. So I watched the fight, and then I fucking won some money, and I said, why am I going to watch the fucking main card? I'm going to save $75. You know what I'm saying? Let me take my money and go home. That's what you do. You take your money and you go home. There's no more dicking around, no hanging out, no doing nothing. Well, I had a nice night, but I didn't watch the fights. What I did was to prepare for Bruce Lee on Sunday night, I watched the movie I taped this week, and I want everybody, this is your homework assignment for next week. I want you to learn something. I watched the movie called The Getaway with Steve McQueen and Ally McGraw. She's one of the beautiful women you've ever seen in your life. As far as acting, she ain't no fucking Natalie Portman, but she's so fucking good looking that she's phenomenal. And when you look at Steve McQueen in The Getaway, listen to this. It's directed by Sam Peckinpah and written by Walter Hill, the guy who wrote Warriors and all that. This is just insane. And 48 Hours, right? So last night, first of all, when I switched from fucking, before I even went to Saturday night, before I even went to Steve McQueen, I watched Trading Places from the beginning.
Nice.
Oh my God. Oh my God. And I watched the whole fucking thing, and I realized that Eddie Murphy was a fucking savage back in the day. You know, he did one movie a year. That was his second big fucking release in 83, like October of 83 or something. Just fucking, they don't even make movies like that.
That's a good movie for black people.
That movie had so many different fucking levels in it. That movie had so many. The dude was falling in love with the hooker. Everybody. When he's falling in love, I go, Terry, they don't even make movies like that no more. Fuck it. From there, I went to fucking The Getaway. And I'm watching McQueen. And after I watched it to the part that he beats his wife on the whatever. He really beat the fuck out of her. You know, if you watch it on YouTube, he beats her. And it's just a scene in the movie, but he was like a fucking real actor, and he was a tough guy. He was one of Bruce Lee's disciples. He fucking carried Bruce Lee's casket when they buried him and a bunch of hot. But Steve McQueen was just intense. I read about him for years. My mother took me to see The Getaway. Like, I was crying last night because I was remembering my mother taking, that's because she was a Steve McQueen. Cubans love Steve McQueen. That motherfucker was bitch slapping people. Bullet. Cubans love Steve McQueen, Cadillacs. Cubans love all that shit. They love Steve McQueen. My mother took me to the matinee. We went to Tad's Steakhouse, got a steak with garlic bread, and then we went to fucking 42nd Street. And the whole time she wouldn't shut the fuck up about fucking Steve McQueen, how beautiful he was. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Let the white man do his work and shoot people. You know what I'm saying? It was such an all-star cast, so I'm happy I watched The Getaway before Bruce Lee, because now I'm prepared for what I'm going to get. But I told you, Wednesday's Bruce Lee. Anyway, Eric Rocha is a very nice young man. I met him 2 years ago, when I was in a dark spot before my Netflix special, and he really made me laugh. And I've always loved him. He's a young comic. Have you heard him? I don't fucking know, and I don't fucking care.
He's been on the podcast.
I know he's been on the podcast. I'm bringing him into your living room. How are you, Eric?
I'm doing good, guys.
Last week, you put a meme out that killed me. Now, I'm going to explain something to you. I'm a fucking savage. But I never knew nothing sexually, nothing. Like, when I was 32, I found out what a sugar daddy was. I never knew till I was 32. I should be ashamed of myself. That's how whatever. I did coke and fucked and messed around.
That surprises me that you don't, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow. I know nothing about nothing. Well, as time went on, I dated a girl who took me to a different level. She wanted to be smacked. I dated 2 girls back to back. One wanted to come on her face so she could come. I never heard of that before. How did you even get to this conclusion? What, did you have guys shoot loads on your tits? After I stopped dating, I had a checkup. That's the first time I ever had a checkup. Because how do you get to that? It's like, who invented the mushroom? So you went around picking up shit, eating stuff. Who picked up the first mushroom and said, this is fucking delicious? So we're going in like fucking Marines. You understand me?
Welcome to church, motherfucker.